Hello, hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it is where you are watching this video. If you're new, this is Larry, and you've been following my content, you know that I consistently post videos about mindset material, physical, mental, spiritual things to elevate yourself as a person here. So today, quickly, I wanted to talk about goal setting. And just that if you're watching this, just know that regardless of what's going on around you, of last year, of whatever things that have been holding you back, or the fears or insecurities, anxiety, and depression that you've been going through, that you can change the year now. You can, this year is just starting. Put in the momentum, the power, the energy, the drive to start setting goals. If you're not setting any goals, you're not really directing your life in the way that you want it. You're just like a bag in the wind that's just floating endlessly through wherever the wind takes it. And a lot of times what happens with people, and when you feel stuck, is because you don't set a goal, the bag just goes in the wind and gets stuck on a tree, on a fence, going in the gutter. It's lost, it's torn, it's not doing anything because it had no direction. So a lot of people are just like a bag in the wind and you get stuck. But to get that unstuck feeling of not feeling that you're in a place of power over your life is setting a goal for yourself, be it financial, mental, physical, spiritual. Set some type of goal. Just give yourself some type of direction of where you want to go in your life. So a big one I'd say right now, and what I focused on mainly last year, was my mental health. With all the things going on in the world, a lot of bullshit, honestly, and just so much fear being imposed on people that so many people's minds are being like put down in a way to not think in a positive direction. And when you're not thinking in a positive direction, your thoughts manifest ideas and situations that are not beneficial to you in a negative way. So to make sure that happens, big thing I did was focusing on my mental health. So what does it mean? For me, it's meditating on a consistent basis. It's reading great books. So a big one is, for me, is Think and Grow Rich. Filling your mind with positive things on a consistent basis, positive music, positive influence, positive things, not watching the news, only seeing things that bring your heart joy, that bring your mind clarity, not things that cloud your mind. So if you're at this point still watching or doing things that's clouding your mind, just have a goal right now that you're going to stop. For example, if you've been binge watching Netflix every day for the last 6 months, say a goal for my mental health, because I need to strengthen my mind. I'm going to cut down half. If you can cut it all off and then switch to something that's going to be more positive for you, then go ahead and do it. But just start slow. Like, okay, I'm going to cut down my time in half, or I'm just going to watch 2 or 3 episodes today. Whatever it is, just have some type of goal. Because if not, like we've all been, I've been there too, where you just watch endlessly. Next season, next episode, next show, whatever it is, and it never stops. It gets to a point where it's like 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Like, oh shit, well, I guess it's time that maybe I should go to sleep. And then you do the same thing the next day. And it doesn't feel great. Like, yeah, what you're watching may be entertaining, but how is that filling you up personally in your life, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially? If you're not have a financial goal either, it's tell yourself that. It's, what are my financial goals? How much money do I want to make per week? Whatever it is. And if you're still working a job, ask yourself, okay, well, is, what this job providing me, however long I've been here, is serving me? Is the amount of money I'm getting here worth my time? Because I am valuable. And always remember that you are the only one who can give you your value. A job can't do another person. It is you who gives yourself value. And when you find yourself having more value, you will see that the quality of life increases, because in your mind, the quality of yourself increased. And that is powerful. The moment you give yourself that clarity in your mind, like, you know what, I'm worth more. I'm worth more than, let's say, $10 an hour. I hope you think you are, because you are. I'll tell you that, way more than that. If you're working a job, for me, when I was still working a job, I worked my way from 660 an hour, back 15 years ago, working at a restaurant, to 825, then to $12, and then I went to a bank, got 13. That everybody thought like, oh, I was so successful because I was a banker at the personal banker, and I was only making barely $14 an hour, and that's when I started business. Like, you know what? Like even after that, I had another job where I was even making 25, and you even see even at $25 an hour, working 60 hours a week, it's not worth it. Like, yeah, you're grateful for the money you get, but tell yourself again, this goes to your goal. What is my goal? What is my financial goal? How do I want to provide for my family? What kind of vacations do I take? Why do I need money in my life? You can have anything you want, because once you give yourself that self-worth, you know that you're worth so much more. And then the universe provides because you provided for yourself. But if you say, oh, you know what? I'm okay with, $15 an hour. It's like the universe says, all right, have fun. But like for me personally, I was not always going for more. And every time I hit that, like even at $25 an hour, I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, money is the best I've ever made at this point, job wise, but I sacrificed a lot of my time. So one of my goals became, I want time freedom. I was working the weekends. I would sometimes work overtime, and I hated it. Like I had no family time. It got me in a state of depression. Like, so what? I was making more money than I had before at $25 an hour. It wasn't worth it because I wasn't happy. So our goal at that time as well is I want to be happier because I deserve to be happy. So ask yourself right now, do you feel that you're worthy to be happy? Are you deserving of that? And if your answer is no, why the hell not? Why the hell aren't you worthy of being happy? Why aren't you worthy of having time freedom? Why aren't you worthy of having time with family? Why aren't you worthy of making, let's say, for example, $100,000 a month? Think about that. So if you're thinking like, oh, $100,000 a month, well, that's kind of a lot, isn't it? Okay, but why can't you have it? Break it down. So like right now, if you're watching, as an action step, so this is just for me personally, $100,000 a month. For you, hey, if 10,000, 5,000, whatever, even 1,000, whatever it is, it's personal to you, where it makes you feel good. I want you to write it down and write down, what would you do with $100,000 a month? Break it down. Really break it down. And if you're not thinking, oh, well, I don't need that much money, we'll tell you, so why do you think it's a lot of money? Just because you haven't earned it? Why have I told you the more money you earn, the more you see that. For example, when I first made $100,000 a year, I was like, oh, like that was great. This is pretty cool because I've never did it. But then it was like, that actually wasn't that much. Like what I thought in my mind years ago for a goal of having $100,000 a year was a lot different than the actual experience. So a lot of things I learned, especially in the coaching programs I've been, and the material I read, is you want to put high stretch goals. The higher goals that you put and believe and internalize it in, that's the biggest thing here, is the feeling of the goal. How does this goal feel to me? Does it feel this way? Like, why would I do this? That's why I said, write down the number if it's a money goal. Why do I want $100,000 a year or a month? Whatever. Why? What would I use it on? Charity, family? Remember, options are unlimited. It's only to what is in your mind that you can do with it. And then physical. We should always be thinking about our physical bodies at all times. All the time. This is our vessel. This is what we've been given as, like for me, as our avatar on this short life. Like we all know we're not going to be here forever, at least not in this body. So do the maximum you can with it. By what? By taking care of it. Exercise regularly. Drink a lot of water. Big thing for me has been practice deep breathing. Ever since I really got into deep breathing, the Wim Hof method specifically 6 months ago, my life has changed so drastically because I strengthened my mental strength so at a level I've never had, that has been making me be allowed to be so focused on anything that I do. And it carries over to the physical, to the spiritual, even to the financial. You ask, well, how can that help me earn more money? Because the biggest thing about earning money is believing that you can earn it. Because when you learn and research how to make large amounts of money, it's not a job. Never. A job will always keep you, as I learned a lot ago, the acronym for it is just over broke. And I know a lot of people felt that way. Even when you get a promotion, whatever, it's like, oh, I still feel just over broke. Like, it's just still there. Why? Because you didn't need to drastically improve. Like, I remember the days of, oh, I got a 25-cent raise. And like, it's like, that was so good to get a 25-cent raise. And then a better job. Oh, $1 raise. Oh my God. Like, thank you so much. I got $1 raise after working here for 2 years. Like, I'm so blessed. So yeah, be grateful for it, but tell yourself, am I worth only $1 raise? No. So you look into, okay, well, how the hell can I make $100,000 a month? See, but now because you have the goal of how can I make $100,000 a month, are you thinking on, well, how is it possible? So you break it down and you say, okay, well, how are other people doing it? Because I know other people are doing it. Like, it's not something that's unreal. It's not something that's fake. It's something that's fact. So you go research. How the hell do these people make $100,000 a month? How? How is it possible? We've never been taught, especially if you've only been in the traditional school system. So that's what I did. So again, I always tell this. If you haven't never read this book, Think and Grow Rich, like I would say right now, pick it up wherever it is. Read this. I've read this 15 times about now, and I take a lot of notes on it and underline a lot of things because there's always much. So just a huge recommendation there for anybody watching and that's maybe struggling with the mindset part and just kind of bored and want to change things with the life. Like, this is new energy into this year. If you haven't read the book, I highly recommend read that book, take notes, and do everything that is instructed in there, because your thinking is what makes you rich. Your thinking is what makes your physical body better. Your thinking is what makes every aspect of your life increase, but you have to think it first. And if you can't believe that you can do it, but you want it, it's okay right now, but just write down. Remember, this is a goal. That's why, you want to set goals, is because they stretch you to get into places that we deserve, that we want, or that we need. So you write it out and it's like, okay, how is it going to happen? Then you start to brainstorm. You have ideas like, okay, I'm going to take action, and you become consistent. The more consistent you become, the more you learn. The more you learn, the better you get. The better you get, the more results you get. And that's what we're looking for. All right. So if we have any questions, I'm going to jump off here soon. Just wanted to do a quick video here for anyone that's was drawn to feel tuned into this. And I'm always open to questions, helping people. If you know me more personally, you know how I do it. And just remember, people, let's really take care of ourselves more, have more self-love, love for others, and just increase our value in our own minds to attract that what we deserve. Because you can't attract it until you believe that you deserve it. Once you believe it, it happens. Money, relationships, whatever it is. Anything. Absolutely anything. We're divine beings. Are you kidding me? Like, look at what the human is. So, and if you want deeper insights, I just recently made a private new group for this year. So it's at the bottom there, Awaken with Larry. And with that, have everyone a beautiful night, wherever you're watching the replay, and see you next time.